The city of Dumaguete in the province of Negros Occidental in the southern Philippines is known as the City of Gentle People. It has been called a heritage place because of the historical places and authentic culture. The city has a 300-year-old cathedral. On its side is the belfry used as watchtower during the Spanish colonial period of the country to protect the town from the threats of pirates and Moros.
Itong cathedral ng Dumaguete Cathedral, kikita mo yan, no? This is the oldest stone church in Negros Island. It was built in 1754 to 1776, no? Sakop to Negros, mga Recoletos fathers to. Yung shell niya is made of coral stone. Itong passage ito extended to the 1936. So makita medyo hindi ito ang ito original. Dati, ang kumbento niya nakaduktong dito sa right side.
Still evident in some parts of the church are the coral stones used as foundation of the first church. Old images like that of their patron Saint Catalina of Alexandria can also be seen. The Dumaguete Belfry protected the city from the sea pirates. They came from Cebu and northern Mindanao.
Watchtower yan. Kasi nandoon yung northern Mindanao, no? Sabi dati nila, pupunta yung mga Muslim dito. Tapos nagkikidnap ng mga babae. Actually, yung original, may 4 na watchtower. Ito na naiwan na watchtower. Tapos, so bandang uli, hindi na nagamit yung watchtower. Nilagyan na ng pinatungan na ng mga pare yun, ginawa ng belfry.
The people of Dumaguete have a tradition on Sundays. After church services, they go to a breakfast lane they call Penitan near the cathedral.
Penitan ay simula pa nung sinauna pa kasi naging tradisyon na ito ng mga Dumagueteño. So halimbawa, nung nagmamalengke yung mga tao at saka yung nagsisimba, palagi silang pumupunta dito para kumain ng puto, mga budbud, ganun, para nagkagawian na nila.
Penitan still stands on its old site. The place is known for its special rice cake called batbod.
Yun na talaga nakagawian tawag sa kanila ng puto kasi iba yung puto sa yung ibang lugar. Yung puto namin kakaiba kasi yung sticky rice kung tawagin nila. May 3 klase kami ng budbod. Yung may plain, may chocolate at saka yung kabog. Yung kabog yung pinakamahal. Yung kabog is mahal dahil iba yung ginagamit na klase ng pilit kasi mas maliliit siya compare doon sa budbod na normal na budbod.
Their version of hot chocolate as a partner to their rice cake has always been a bestseller. Diverse culture, rich heritage, a historical place. That's Dumaguete City, pride of Negros Occidental. Six parrots help their owner to sell newspapers in Thailand's northern province of Chiang Mai. The sight of 6 sun-conure parrots on a bar attached to a motorcycle, modified as mobile newsstand, has been crowd favorites in Chiang Mai city. They attract people's attention not only by showing their obedience, but also playing with customers. Among the 6, the oldest is 7 years old, possessing a special bond with their 63-year-old owner, Pricha K.Y. Chaichan. Pricha said he did not have cages for the birds. They might stray out, but soon they would come back home. The ASEAN Puppets Exchange, or APEX, helped ASEAN's people recognize and understand the unity and diversity of all 10 ASEAN member states, cultures, stories, and languages through puppet performances and workshops. Over 15 puppet artists, educators, and apprentices from ASEAN states attended a week-long APEX program in Bandar Sri Begawan, Darussalam. The program ended with a certificate presentation ceremony at the Youth Center in the capital. The program, entitled Apex Light, had focused on learning, creativity and education, had involved artists from Laos, Brunei, Vietnam, Myanmar and Singapore. Also joining the program were Japanese artists to enable the exchange ASEAN and Japanese practices and ideas on the art of puppetry. During the week-long program on developing a puppet arts educational model for the children and youth of ASEAN, APEX has set up artist-to-artist workshops for ASEAN's socio-cultural development and conducted workshops for students to begin the process of developing ASEAN's socio-cultural pillar in Brunei Darussalam. The goal is to create a One ASEAN puppet show and tour in 2017 to celebrate ASEAN's 50th anniversary. This is the third time Brunei Darussalam hosted such event. The program was jointly conducted by Brunei Local Artists Enthusiast Association and the Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sports. Apex Light is being supported by the Japan ASEAN Solidarity Fund, which is administered by the ASEAN Foundation and organized by Arts Solute of Singapore. The first National Assembly election took place on January 6, 1946, providing a milestone in Vietnam's history. For the first time, the Vietnamese people exercised their right as citizens of an independent nation. Over 90% of Vietnamese people were illiterate when the August Revolution happened in 1945. Nonetheless, people made every effort to memorize the names and faces of the candidates in the general election. People would ask each other to write down and check the names before voting. Duong Trong Quoc, a historian, said the election took place under universal suffrage. Every Vietnamese citizen had the right to vote regardless of ethnicity, religion or gender. The election was remarkable at that time, even when compared to some European countries where women were still discriminated against. Despite attempts to undermine the general election with military attacks by opponents and supporters of the colonial regime, Vietnamese people showed their strong faith and persistence. Many Vietnamese citizens and soldiers sacrificed their lives to guarantee the success of the election. Ngo Thi Hue, former deputy First National Assembly, said Bac Lieu was the last province to hold election, so it didn't experience much in the way of disruption. However, many people from Saigon to Vinh Long were killed while protecting the election. The first general election enjoyed the participation of thousands of candidates, among which 333 candidates were chosen by Vietnamese citizens to be the first deputies of the National Assembly. The National Assembly deputies were voted to represent all strata and religions of the Democratic Republic of Vietnam. The first general election still proves its significance after 70 years. Vietnamese citizens continue to exercise their right to vote. These votes will select the candidates elected to facilitate the development of the country. Snow-capped mountain photo exhibition was held recently at Think Art Gallery in Yangon with the aim of funding flood victims. The exhibition displayed a rare collection of photographs of Mount Phong An Razi, 3,505 meters, Mount Phong Yin Razi, 4,282 meters, and Mount Phang Gran Razi, 4,330 meters, in northern part of Kachin State, taken by photographer Kyo Ta. He said his photo exhibition is to get money from the sales of his photos to help the flood victims across Myanmar. At the same time, he wanted to showcase the beautiful sceneries of snow-capped mountains to the people. Since it is very hard to go out mountain tops, photographs of snow-capped mountains are very rare. Myanmar Ministry of Forestry has designated the region around Phong An Razi Mountain as Phong An Razi Wildlife Sanctuary. Mount Phong Yin Razi is situated near the border with India and is one of the most beautiful peaks. The path to Mount Fangran Razi is across Long River Valley, ascending to the roof of the mountain and then passing through bamboo, rhododendron and cloud forests. The mountaineers are rewarded by great views over the snow-capped mountains in the horizon. Photographer Kwa Ta climbed the mountains several times during 2014 and 2015 to make these photographs. He also said that he hiked those mountains to keep the photos as record of those mountains and to hoist the flag of Myanmar Photographic Society at the summits of those mountains. His success is a pride for his fellow photographers. President of Myanmar Photographic Society, Hitin Lin, said this photo exhibition is very unique in the history of Myanmar Photographic Society. Before, there was no one in Myanmar history who could take photos of 3 ice mountains. The Myanmar people are very proud of him. Hiking and climbing a snow-capped mountain is not an easy task. Not every attempt achieved success. Buyer Zaw Min, who is also a photographer who tried but failed to get the peak, praised the success of photographer Kwa Ta. Zaw Min said he had been to this mountain but failed to conquer the summit. So he is really proud and as happy as Kyo Ta for conquering the peak. Zaw said being a photographer himself, he knows how hard it is to take those photos. Photographers alone cannot take those photos. They need assistance from the porters and local guides. A total of 80 photographs of ice-capped mountains and 35 photos of other sceneries were displayed at the exhibition. An army of hermit crabs storms a ranger office on Koh Rock Island in southern Thailand recently, creating a rare scene of wild encounter for tourists. Hermit crabs in different sizes scavenged at the office of Mu Ko Lanta National Park, Krabi Province. The army grows bigger at night, search for foods discarded by squirrels and humans. Head of the National Park Ranger Office, Kan Kasem Misuk, said hermit crabs were no stranger on the island, but they recently appear in numbers due to food sources created by squirrels. On any given night, the number of them could grow to tens of thousands.